Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular board meeting of December 9th, 2020. We're almost through the pandemic year. Before we begin this evening, I'd like to recognize this meeting is taking place on the traditional unceded territories of the Coast Salish people. And with that, we will get underway. Just a quick note, I know that we all welcome Director Martman to his seat today throughout the meetings, but I just want to give a tip of the cap. Or the very nice cowboy hat, if he had it on, to Director Martman, and welcome to the team as a director for Area H. And with that, we'll do another virtual clap. We will get underway with our business. Approval of the agenda. Ms. Legault, are there any changes or additions to the agenda?
Not from me.
Thank you. Any other changes or additions? Seeing none, I will ask for a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Moved by Director Smith, seconded by Director Sebring. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Moving on to the adoption of the minutes. I do have a correction, Ms. Legault. Thank you. I know you're moving to your microphone to remind me. You may have noticed that when we did the appointments, I paused when reading the membership of the Directors Select Committee. And that was because I put the checkbox in the wrong spot. It was supposed to be Director Staples, not Director Stone. So if we could ask for that to be corrected via the minutes, I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes as amended. Moved by Director Sebring, seconded by Director Marsh. All those in favor? Any opposed? Opposed, the motion carries. Ms. Legault.
No business arising from staff, so on to public input period. I'm just refreshing my email here, and I have no submissions for public input period.
Thank you very much. Then that means we move on to correspondence. Ms. Legault.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item C1 is correspondence from Aaron Hamilton, Operations Manager, Lake Cowichan First Nation, regarding a regional community forum program participation for direction.
Thank you. I turn it to possibly to the directors of the area. I understand this is a request from Lake Cowichan First Nation to get support for their CETA grant with directors Kuhn, Morrison, and I believe Mayor Day, but I'll turn it over to the director from the area. Whichever one goes first. Director Morrison, you're up first, and then Director McGonigal.
I think you've described exactly what this piece of correspondence is, and would ask for support of the board to proceed with it.
Thank you. So that's been moved by Director Morrison, seconded by Director McGonigal. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? It carries. Ms. Legault.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On to committee commission reports. Item CR1, report and recommendations of the Regional Services Committee meeting of November 25th, 2020.
Go through to, oh boy, Director Salmon.
Yeah, I think it should be Director Yanni DeNardo was chairing that meeting.
Director Yanni DeNardo.
Sorry, Mr. Chair, I was getting ready for my electoral area services, so I
CR1.
I'm getting to it now. Sorry for the delay, because now my computer is doing funny things.
Director Acton's cat was there to entertain us while you were working on that.
Oh, it's I have the circle of doom going around.
Ms. Legault, it's okay if I read out those recommendations.
Sorry, did you want me to do those?
Actually,
sure.
I have it. I'm good now. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Actually, no, I'm not. Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead, or I'll go ahead. I'll do it. I'm already here. Recommendations from the Regional Services Committee meeting of November 25th, 2020. Number one, that a letter be sent to the municipality of North Cowichan acknowledging receipt of the notice of lease termination for Oyster Bay Regional Park effective January 1st, 2021. Number two, that a grant application into the Clean BC Organic Infrastructure and Collection Program to support organic curbside collection in electoral areas be approved. And number two, that subject to grant approval, the Cowichan Valley Regional District commits to 1/3 of all eligible program costs under the Clean BC Organic Infrastructure and collection program and all ineligible costs associated with the implementation of organic curbside collection in electoral areas. And I'll move that item, those items. Seconded by.
Just a slight correction, Mr. Chair. It's Osborne Bay, not Oyster Bay, as you read it. Thank you.
All right, just neighborhood, long day. Thank you for the correction. If the seconder, Director Wilson, is happy with that, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed? I don't believe, or is Director Marsh opposed? No, okay. None opposed, motion carries. Moving on to CR2, Director Yanni DiNardo.
Thank you, Mr. Your Special Electoral Area Services Committee report says the meeting held December 2nd. There is number one is 1 through 14. Does anybody want them pulled? I'm going to move. Ooh, I see all kinds of hands.
Boy.
Okay.
Go ahead, Director Morrison.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If you could pull, I think it's number 3. Oh, I've lost it. Hang
3
on.
is Area C parks, community parks.
No. Oh, sorry. I was on number 3, function 116, grant aid. I must be ahead of myself. Sorry.
Okay.
I think I saw Director Acton.
No. Sorry, Mr. Chair. Not 1, 3. It's number 3 in this list.
I'm just moving number one.
Okay, sorry.
Number 1 through 14, and I see Director Smith.
Yes, I have a question for staff on number 13, so I'd like that one pulled, please. Thank you.
Okay.
So I move 1 through 14 and omitting 13. Been moved.
Second. Sorry, is that a second, Director Marsh? Okay, any discussion on those? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Director Yanni DiNardo.
Mr. Chair, number 13, that the 2021 budget draft, the draft budget for function 490, Thetis Island Wharf, be approved.
Go ahead, Director Smith.
Yes, I'd like to ask a question of the finance department, please. I was hoping to increase this by 25%, and I had emailed it in, and I was, is this the appropriate time to work on the 25% and adding it to this budget at this time? Thank you.
Ms. Weiner?
Through the chair to Director Smith. Well, yes, you can make the motion to increase the requisition to get that done and passed. It's getting really close with the budget timeline to have that all done and approved in time. It would have to be done before the budget is adopted. So I would defer to Ms. Legault to see if that would be a possibility.
Ms. Legault?
So I just want to clarify the question. The question is about increasing the requisition limit in the establishing bylaw versus increasing the requisition in the budget, or both.
I'm not sure. Can the director answer that? Mr. Kieber, I think it's a staff question. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So what Director Smith is looking for is direction to approve the requisition limit in the establishment bylaw, and she wants it done in time to include the increase for the 2021 budget.
Okay, Ms. Legault.
So a motion would need to be made to amend the bylaw. So staff would prepare the bylaw and have it for the January 13th board meeting, and provided that it is within the 25% baseline and hasn't been amended in that baseline period of time, we would need 2 board meetings in between to get that done. So so it should be able to be done by the end of January.
Okay, thank you. So Director Smith, you'd like to make that motion then? can we have a little help with wording for Director Smith, or do you have it already?
I would have to look up the bylaw number. I don't have it on at this moment. I'd like to amend the bylaw. And if I don't have the bylaw
Right.
number.
Director Smith, you're cutting out. I think it's still the same issue as before. Maybe just turn off the video while you're speaking.
Mhm.
So we will look up the bylaw number for the minutes, but essentially it's that the establishing bylaw for the Thetis Island boat launch, the requisition limit be increased by the 25%.
Right, no, I believe it was Thetis Island Wharf,
Yeah.
13.
Right.
Okay, so the motion is that the requisition limit in the bylaw for Thetis Island Wharf be increased by 25%. So that you're moving that, Director Smith?
Yes.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder for that? Director Marsh? All right, so it's moved and seconded. Do we have any discussion? Seeing none, call the question. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Back to you, Director Yanni DiNardo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Number 2, that the 2021 budget for function 279 Parks and Trails include an increase of $9,750 over the 2020 budget. I move that.
Okay, do we have a seconder? Seconded by Director Acton. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Back to you, Director Yanni DiNardo.
Mr. Chair, number 3, there is 1 through 15. I would like to move them as a block unless we want
Okay.
some pulled.
Yeah.
Okay, Director Smith, just a reminder to mute your microphone if you can. Director Morrison.
Just a minute. Sorry.
Could
I apologize.
Can we pull item 7 for a change?
Thank you.
So then I will move all of those, but not number 7.
And item 2, please.
Okay, except for item 2 and 7, I move the rest as a block.
Do we have a seconder? Director Morrison seconds. Any discussion on those? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Back to you, Director Yanni DiNardo.
Thank you. That number 2, that the 2021 draft budget for function 111, grant and aid for area A, be approved.
Sorry. Sorry, Director Salmon, did you want to speak to that?
I think maybe Director Atkin wanted to pull number 3 instead of, I think.
I heard 2. My apologies. I heard 2, so I don't know.
Oh, sorry. My notes say R3.
Director Atkin,
2.
can we please not interrupt the chair?
Sorry.
If you'd like to speak, please raise your hand because everybody's starting to talk. It's been a long day, I know. So we made an error. We can fix that in 1 sec. Director Salmon, do you second the motion on your budget? Okay, I'll call the question on that. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed. I'll come back to you now, Director Acton, to amend or to pass a new motion for number 3, which was the area B parks budget, number 3.3. Go ahead. Director Acton, you just need to make the motion about what you...
Sorry. I'm wanting to amend the grant and aid one. I'm in the wrong spot.
It is grant and aid.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. You said parks budget.
my apologies. So,
Okay.
function 112, put your amended motion forward.
Thank you. So last year for 2019, it was requisitioned at 40,000. And for this year, I would like to put it at 0, please. That's my motion, is to have the requisition at 0 and just carry forward the balance from 2019.
Thank you. Is that a second by
Thank
Director?
you.
Thank you. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Director Yanni DiNardo. Sorry, Director Adams. Go ahead, Lori.
Number 7, that the 2021 draft budget for function 116, grant and aid area F, be approved.
Director Morrison.
I'd like to amend this this function by adding an additional $5,000 to the amount published in the budget.
Okay. So that's moved by Director Morrison to increase. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my machine here. It keeps muting its own microphone. So that's been moved by Director Morrison to increase that by $5,000, seconded by Director Marsh. Discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Director Yanni DiNardo.
Mr. Chair, I move also as a block, number 4, 1 through 8, unless anybody wants some pulled, and I see that Director Kuhn would like something pulled.
Jazz hands, Kuhn.
Yeah, I just have a question. My unused portion of grant and aid will get carried forward. That's a question for staff, isn't it?
Through staff?
Yeah.
Through the chair to Director Kuhn, yes, that will get carried forward.
So my limit is what, 25 or? I seem to remember.
I don't have it in front of me at this moment, no.
Okay, that's fine. No, I'm satisfied with that. That's good.
Okay.
So once again, moving as a block, 1 through 8 on number 4.
Okay, do we have a seconder? Seconded by Director Salmon. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Director Yanni DiNardo.
Thank you. Moving to number 5, that the 2021 budget for function 355, Malahat Fire Protection, include an increase of $20,000 over the 2020 budget.
Seconded by Director Salmon. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Director Yanni.
Number 6, that the 2021 draft budget for function 464, Shawnigan Lake Community Center, be approved.
Seconded by Director Toporowski. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Number 7, that the 2021 budget for function 576, Engineering Services Utility, include an increase of $102,076 over the 2020 budget.
Seconded by Director Wilson. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Moving on now, Mr. Chair, if that's okay, moving on to number 8 as a block, 1 through 11, unless anyone would like them pulled, something pulled. So I'm moving 1 through 11.
Seconder by Director Kuhn. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Director Yanni DiNardo.
Number 9, 1 through 7, moving as a block, unless anybody wants them pulled. I move that.
Okay, do we have a second? Director Kuhn. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor and opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Number 10, Mr. Chair, 1 through 8 as a block. I move those.
Seconded by Director Wilson. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Number 11, Mr. Chair, that 2021 budget for function 715, Arbutus Ridge Drainage System, include an increase of $12,300 over the 2020 budget.
Seconded by Director Wilson. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Mr. Chair, number 12 is also as a block 1 through 15, please.
And seconded by Director Staples. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Mr. Chair, another one is a block number 13, 1 through 9.
Okay, moved by Director Yanni DiNardo, seconded by Director Toporowski. Any questions? Director Toporowski.
I read 1 through 10, just correction. I don't know if I'm reading it wrong.
Are we on 13 or 14?
I'm on 13, I thought. 13.
Yeah. Okay, 1 through 9. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Mr. Chair, number 14 is a block, 1 through 10. If I could move that, please.
Seconded by Director Smith. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Another one, Mr. Chair, is 15 as a block, 1 through 6, please. I move that.
Seconded by Director Smith. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Mr. Chair, number 16, another block, 1 through, 21 as a block, moving.
Seconded by Director Staples. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, go ahead.
Mr. Chair, another one is a block. This is number 17, 1 through
32.
32, I guess. I heard that. Thank you. 1 through 32, I move that.
Seconded by Director Morrison. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
That is my report, Mr. Chair.
Well, you got another one coming right up.
Okay, coming right up.
Moving on to CR3, so report and recommendations from the Electoral Area Services Committee of December 2nd. Director Yanni DiNardo.
It's actually not coming up on my computer, Mr. Chair.
Going on, but all of my computers are like worn out from today, like we are. So
Yeah.
I'm having similar issues.
Yeah, I can't, it's not coming up. I'm just getting this one. I thought I had another one, but it won't scroll down.
I can read them out if you like, Chair.
That would be great. Thank you, because I can't.
Okay. Recommendation CR3 number 1, that a grant in aid electoral area C, Cobble Hill, in the amount of 500 be provided to WildSafe BC for educational supplies, specifically a taxidermied black bear, which would greatly enhance the WildSafe BC program. I can move that one.
Seconded by Director Smith. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Number 2, that a grant in aid electoral area B, Shawnigan Lake, in the amount of $500 be provided to WildSafe BC for educational supplies, specifically a taxidermied black bear, which would greatly enhance the WildSafe BC program.
Moved by Director Wilson, seconded by Director Smith. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Number 3, that electoral area G Community Works Fund 2.0 funding of $8,100 be allocated to the Thetis Island Community Association for a retractable wall at Forbes Hall, subject to entering into an agreement with, and the rest of that is missing. I can't see the rest of that there.
No.
Is that enough? Or does it have to be the whole thing?
It says into a formal agreement with the CVRD respecting the use of the funds.
Okay, that bit there.
So moved by Director Wilson, seconded by Director Smith. Mine's all cut off too, so I can't read those either.
Yeah, okay. What number?
All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Okay, number 4. Let me just close this one down here. Number 4, numbers 1, number 4.1, a certificate of sufficiency confirming that a sufficient petition requesting inclusion into the Lake Cowichan Fire Protection Service area be received, and number 4.2, that CVRD bylaw number 1657, Lake Cowichan Fire Protection Service Establishment bylaw number 1994 be amended to include the property described as PID 000-148-644 PID 030-232-503, PID 000-148652, and some more which are cut off there. Is that sufficient, Mr. Chair?
I'm not sure. I need to turn to staff here because it looks like we're having prime gov issues. All of these are cut off. I've even closed the side panel. I can't see them, but go ahead.
I can see it. If you want me to finish it, I can see it.
If everybody just goes up to the top of the item, there's a little arrow. It says active. Beside, if you go to CR3 report and recommendations, go as far over to the right-hand side. It says active, the little arrow. If you push it, it shows the whole item.
Thank you. And I will say that if you uncheck collapse all items, you can it reformats and I can see them all as well.
Oh yeah, there they are. Okay. Alrighty. So PID 000-148-661, PID 016-074-891, and PID 028-216-547. I so move.
Get a seconder from Director Smith. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Number 5, that a 1-year extension of registered statutory right-of-way agreements with TELUS Communications Inc., SRW EJ 51187, and Rogers Communications Inc., SRW EMS 51640, for telecommunications equipment on Block 1420, Malahat District, Old Baldy Mountain Park, with a 5% adjustment to the annual rental fee be approved. So moved.
Seconded by Director Smith. All those in favor? Any opposed? Unopposed, motion carries.
Number 6-1, that resolution number 19-351-3 be rescinded. 6.2, that a land exchange agreement with the owners of Eagle Shores Lane subdivision to subdivide a portion of their lands inclusive of lot Rem.1, Section 4, Range 7, Cowichan Land District VIP 85643, Lot 1, Section 4, Range 7, Cowichan District Plan EPP 50188, and Lot 2, Section 4, Range 7, Cowichan District Plan EPP 50188, to exchange for CVRD Park Lot 6, Section 4, Range 7, Cowichan Land District EPP 50188, as shown on attachment B of the staff report to the December 2nd, 2020 Electoral Area Services Committee be approved. 6-3, that a bylaw be prepared authorizing the exchange of land described as CVRD Park Lot 6, Section 4, Range 7, Cowichan Land District EPP 50188, for portions of Lot Rem.1, Section 4, Range 7, Cowichan Land District VIP 85643, Lot 1, Section 4, Range 7, Cowichan District Plan EPP 50188, and Lot 2, Section 4, Range 7, Cowichan District Plan EPP 50188 to be used for CVRD park purposes as shown on attachment B of the staff report to the December 2nd, 2020 Electoral Area Service Committee. And number 4, 6.4, that public approval for adoption of the land exchange bylaw CVRD Park Lot 6, Section 4, Range 7, Cowichan Land District EPP 501 for portions of Lot Rem.1, Section 4, Range 7, Cowichan Land District VIP 85643, Lot 1, Section 4, Range 7, Cowichan District Plan EPP 50188, and Lot 2, Section 4, Range 7, Cowichan District Plan EPP 50188 be obtained through an alternative approval process. I move those as a block.
Sorry, it's really slow. I saw a few hands there, seconded by Director Smith. All those in favor?
And I have found my place now, Mr. Chair.
Any
Okay.
opposed?
Thank you. Thank you, Director Wilson.
All yours.
Yeah, and this is electoral area directors only. And it's number 7.1. That a draft zoning amendment bylaw number 4359 be forwarded to the board for first and second reading. 7.2, that the public hearing for bylaw number 4359 be waived in favor of public notice in accordance with section 464 and 467 of the Local Government Act. And 3 of 7, that no referrals for bylaw number 4359 be sent. And that staff address the housekeeping issue regarding calculation of lot size in consideration of the wetland riparian areas in electoral area E, Cowichan Station, Satlam, Glenora.
Moved by Director Yanni DiNardo, seconded by Director Acton. This is for electoral area directors only. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
That is my report, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Director Yanni DiNardo. Moving on to CR4, Director McGonigal, do you have your late recommendations?
I believe I may have. Let's have a look here. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Your Electoral Area Service Committee report on the meeting held December 2nd.
Sorry, we're on CR4?
I'm sorry. Trying to get that up. No, there it is.
Mr. Chair, my burger and fries have just arrived, so I'm going to turn my video off, but I'm still here.
Okay, thank you.
Special Corporate Services Committee report, Mr. Chair. December 9th, your Corporate Services Committee reports and recommends the following. One, that the supplemental request for function 200, Administrative Office HVAC project be approved. Number 2, that staff be authorized to proceed with function 200, Administrative Office HVAC project prior to the adoption of the 2021 budget. And 3, that a grant application to the Investing in Canada Infrastructure Program COVID-19 Resiliency Infrastructure Stream for 100% of the estimated project costs that can be completed in 2021 for function 200 Administrative Office HVAC project be approved. And those are my recommendations.
Thank you. Seconded by Director Marsh. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. We're on to CR5. Back to you, Director McGonigal.
Thank you. As if you haven't seen enough of me today, I'm going to go again. Corporate Services meeting, December 9th. Your Corporate Services Committee reports and recommends 1, that be recommended to the board on December 9th that CBRD's COVID-19 Safe Restart Grant for local governments be utilized for COVID-related refunds and expenses to December 31st, 2020, with any remaining funds held in reserve for 2021. And number 2, that it be recommended to the board on December 9th, 2020, that the proposed direct current fast charge, in brackets DCFC, amendment agreement with BC Hydro, as described in the staff report to the December 9th, 2020 Corporate Services Committee be approved. And I move those recommendations, Mr. Chair.
Seconded by Director Sebring. Call the question. All those in favor? Any opposed? Unopposed, motion carries.
And that concludes my report, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Ms. Legault.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On to Director's Reports, DR1, Director Toporowski, First Nations Cultural Training, and I'm not sure if there's some discussion before we introduce the recommendation.
Go through to Director Toporowski.
I'm new to all this, so yeah, thanks for this. It was passed at our last meeting and brought forward for this one, and got some help with the CAO on this motion that's coming forward. I believe that, this is just something that we need to start moving forward. I know that doing a little bit of research through the regional district and First Nations through the UDCM, those recommendations moving forward, and how BC has just passed under how our local governments are going to move forward in these relationships with First Nations. And I will let Ms. Ledo read out the motion. I guess, is that the next step? Okay.
Ms. Legault.
The proposed resolution is that staff investigate Indigenous cultural training opportunities for the Board of Directors and CVRD staff.
Thank you. Would you be moving that, Director Toporowski? Thank you. Seconded by Director Sebring. Any discussion on that? We'll look forward to that report and those options. Oh, Director Marsh.
I was just voting in favor. Sorry.
All right, so I'll call the question. We know one vote. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed. Motion carries. Thank you, Director Toporowski. Go back to Ms. Legault.
On to staff reports. SR1 is a staff report from Legislative Services on the Electoral Area H North Oyster Diamond by-election results for information.
Thank you. We've already talked about it a lot today, but again, welcome Director Martman. Ms. Legault, unless there's further discussion, Director Martman, did you want to say a word?
I moved the motion, I think, for recommendation.
No, there's no recommendation. It's just for information. I'll get you on another one, though.
Okay.
I'll let you move one so you can get a motion passed today.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Legault, I think if that's just for information and we have no further discussion, we'll move on to SR2.
SR2 is a staff report from Economic Development Division regarding the Malahat Film Studios, and this is also for information.
Thank you. I just have a quick question. It says for information, but then within the report, it recommends that they be allowed to write a letter of support from Economic Development Couch, and would that not require a motion from the board? Through the staff.
Mr. Chair, I don't believe it requires a motion. It was more just to update the board, but for your information, and staff will do that as a part of their new business.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so then if there's no discussion on that, Director Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's not often I use the term I'm really excited about this, but really, I am very excited about this. I think this is brilliant. Let's get it going. Good stuff.
Thank you, Director Wilson. I believe with that, then, we can move on to SR3.
Staff report from the Legislative Services Division on the 2021 Board and Standing Committee meeting calendar. And the proposed recommendation is that the August 11th, 25th, and December 22nd, 2021 board meetings be cancelled, and that the 2021 Board and Standing Committee meeting calendar be approved.
Thank you. Before I take a motion on that, is there any questions or changes that anybody would like to make? I'm not seeing anybody. Oh, Director Nicholson.
I have a bit of a bee in my bonnet about this. I find with these virtual meetings that our days were not very effective by the end of a long day like today. And I am wondering if it is possible for people to keep their Thursdays free, and that we have some sort of agenda length limits, so that if we need to, if we have like a 20 agenda item thing at EASC, we could do part of it the next day, a special EASC meeting. And then when we have special budget meetings, we use the Thursday instead of trying to stack them onto Wednesday as well, because I really do find this a bit much.
Thank you. I'm not sure if we can make those kind of, I'll come to you, Director Marsh, I've got you on my list. I'm not sure we can make those changes on the fly, as you say, after a very long day. But I will just recall that last year we ended up canceling our second budget days because we didn't need them. But this year it's clear that we did need them. So there's a separate budget calendar process that will come forward but I am mindful as well of the concerns around the length of meetings. It's really the pleasure of the board if we want to get into this right now, or if staff have a recommendation that maybe we forward this to the next meeting if there's a necessity. Obviously, January is right around the corner, so we do need to follow our schedule. But if we pass this today, can we bring back a further discussion in the new year about modifying the calendar? I just don't know at this late hour if we have it in us to do it tonight. But back to you, Director Nicholson.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting that we try and change it tonight, but I do think we need a process for having a discussion about it. And perhaps perhaps it's worthwhile for staff to think of some options and bring those forward. So we're not talking in circles.
So I'll turn to staff. Then that would require a direction to staff, a motion to say, bring it back. But I already noticed that we've stacked up corporate services meetings in January with budget. So I'm not sure that's the time to do it. But would you appreciate a motion from the board to say, bring back a review of this calendar in February 2021 or something when we have some time to look at it? Okay. So what I'll do is, Director Nicholson, after we pass this motion, I'll come back to you on that motion. Okay. Sorry, I had Director Marsh and then Director Yanni DiNardo.
Yeah, I was just going to say that my Thursdays are already booked for the late morning till early afternoon. But it sounds like we're not going to be talking about that yet anyway.
Okay. Yeah, we'll look at that when staff comes back to us in February. I'll go to Director Nicholson for that motion right after we conclude this discussion. Director Yanni DiNardo.
I wanted to move the resolution, but I see that Director Morrison had his hand up. Maybe he wants to speak more to it. I just wanted to move it.
Okay, Director Morrison.
I'm supportive of putting the resolution forward for discussion at a later date. I just know that taking all of August off caused a fair bit of grief on really long meetings before and after. So just keep that in mind for our next discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. So Ms. Legault, was this already moved and seconded before we got into this discussion? No, thank you. So if that's been moved by Director Yanni DiNardo and seconded by Director Morrison, I would take the addition from Director Nicholson. Go ahead. Okay, well, I'll call the question then. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Director Nicholson, did you want to make the motion to have this reviewed at the February Corporate Services meeting? That's been moved by Director Nicholson, seconded by Director Morrison. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Ms. Legault.
Item SR4, staff report from the Finance Division regarding the 2021 Revenue Anticipation Borrowing Bylaw 4362 for information.
Any discussion required by the directors on that? I'm seeing none. Just for Director Martman, he's new. Revenue Anticipation Borrowing Bylaw is pretty standard. We don't collect our taxes until July. So this just allows us to have cash flow between then and now, even though we often are able to use reserves and don't need to execute that borrowing. Okay, Ms. Legault.
On to public hearings. Item PH1, public hearing minutes, CVRD Bylaw 4301, West Cowichan Official Community Plan Amendment Bylaw for PID 012490890-2020 and CVRD Bylaw 4302, Cowichan Lake South Scotts Falls Zoning Amendment Bylaw PID 012490890-2020 for receipt.
Moved by Director Morrison, seconded by Director McGonigal. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Ms. Legault.
Item PH2 is receipt of public hearing minutes and exhibits for CVRD Bylaw 4326, South Cowichan Zoning Amendment Bylaw 2020.
Thank you. Moved by Director Marsh, seconded by Director Sebring. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Ms. Legault.
PH3, receipt of public hearing minutes for CVRD Bylaw 4333, South Cowichan Official Community Plan Amendment Bylaw 2020, and CVRD Bylaw 4334, South Cowichan Zoning Amendment Bylaw 2020.
Thank you. Moved by Director Salmon, seconded by Director Sebring. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Ms. Legault.
On to bylaws. Item B1, CVRD Bylaw 4356, Sentinel Ridge Sewer System Service Amendment Boundary Extension Bylaw 2020 for adoption.
Moved by Director Salmon, seconded by Director Morrison. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Item B2, CVRD Bylaw 4357, Cary Village Water System Service Amendment Boundary Extension Bylaw 2020 for adoption.
Moved by Director Salmon, seconded by Director Yanni DiNardo. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
Item B3, CVRD Bylaw 4362, CVRD Revenue Anticipation Borrowing Bylaw 2020 for first, second, and third readings.
We're running out of chances, Director Martman, to move a resolution. Moved by Director Martman, seconded by Director Toporowski. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Anybody opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Ms. Legault.
B4 is CVRD Bylaw 4362, Revenue Anticipation Borrowing Bylaw 2020 for adoption.
Moved by Director McGonigal, seconded by Director Smith. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Let it be known that Director Martman on his first day put forward a really big borrowing bylaw. Go ahead, Ms. Legault.
On to bylaws for electoral area directors. BEA 1, CVRD Bylaw 4270, Cowichan Valley Regional District Official Community Plan for the Electoral Areas Bylaw 2020 for first and second reading.
Moved by Director Nicholson, seconded by Director Yanni DiNardo. Any discussion? Seeing none, electoral area directors only. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Ms. Legault.
BEA 2, CVRD Bylaw 4301, West Cowichan Official Community Plan Amendment Bylaw for PID 012490890 2020 for third reading.
Moved by Director Morrison, seconded by Director Kuhn. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Ms. Legault.
BEA 3, CVRD Bylaw 4302, Cowichan Lake South Scots Falls Zoning Amendment Bylaw for PID 012490890 2020 for third reading.
Moved by Director Morrison, seconded by Director Smith. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries.
BEA 4, CVRD Bylaw 4326, South Cowichan Zoning Amendment Bylaw 2020 for third reading.
Moved by Director Yanni DiNardo, seconded by Director Morrison. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Ms. Legault.
Item BEA 5, CVRD Bylaw 4329, CVRD Bylaw Revision Bylaw, Official Community Plan and Zoning Bylaws 2020 for first and second reading.
Moved by Director Wilson, seconded by Director Smith. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Ms. Legault.
BEA 6, CVRD Bylaw 4330, Zoning Bylaw Harmonization Bylaw 2020 for first and second reading.
Moved by Director Nicholson, seconded by Director Smith. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Ms. Legault.
BEA 7, CVRD Bylaw 4333, South Cowichan Official Community Plan Amendment Bylaw 2020 for third reading.
Moved by Director Salmon, seconded by Director Yanni DiNardo. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Ms. Legault.
CVRD Bylaw 4334, South Cowichan Zoning Amendment Bylaw 2020 for third reading.
Moved by Director Salmon, seconded by Director Yanni DiNardo. All those in favor? Any opposed? Was that opposed, Director Kuhn, or just late? Not opposed. Okay. Not opposed, motion carries. I believe that takes us, Ms. Legault, hopefully to question period, and hopefully they're taking it easy on us after a long day, but I never want to raise my expectations because it's the job. Hit me.
There are no submissions for question period.
I will recognize that we have made the motion, not to this meeting, that the board may change its policy to extend a break before question period, but that's not in effect today, and it has been a very long day. Always invite folks to email the board if you have questions or concerns. And with that, I will ask for a motion to adjourn. Moved by Director Smith, seconded by everyone, but Director Sebring for the record. All those in favor? Any opposed? Not opposed. Thank you all so much, and I appreciate your good humor and a very long day, and we will work really hard to make sure this doesn't happen in the future.
Hey, Ben,
Thanks to
are you
staff as
still-
well.